following the TSM loss, I was really angry after that game, honestly. And then we just kind of had to sit down with like the players, and yeah, I was just kind of letting them know that like if we want to win the split, we just have to have each other's backs and be a good team. And I don't know, I feel like the environment and just the way everyone's playing is just really fucking good right now.
This interview is brought to you by Trolli Gummy Worms. I'm eating 2, 1 for FBI.
Thank you.
What is it with you and Cloud9, man? What the fuck?
I mean, I have no clue.
You got to join it.
Yeah, I have no clue. I just came in, you know, I think the first time we beat them we were like 3-7 or like some terrible scoreline, and then the boys felt really confident. I'm like, all right, I'll just follow along, and yeah, they always pull through versus C9.
Wild. There was a couple of tense moments after you guys seemed to have grappled the lead. Mm-hmm. You had the Baron fight, which is pretty freaking epic. You guys had a great fight there. You tried to close out the game by taking all the inhibs after, I think, killing Fudge. And then they had a miraculous save there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the game was obviously pretty much over, but we have something with triple inhibs where there's like a special curse activates and we just lose our brains. So
yeah,
it's happened like 2 or 3 times now, I think. I definitely remember the IMT one because I was very Yumi with 10 kills, and that one is forever ingrained in my memory. But yeah, I'm glad we managed to close it out.
So how did this one almost go wrong for you?
Oh, like honestly, it's still a bit of a blur to me, the final team fight, but I definitely misplayed in some way, I think. Should have flashed the engage, and then I also think I should have killed Poppy on top instead of pressing ult. And just like a bunch of little things, you know? But yeah, we got a more exciting finish, I guess.
You guys are now, what, 5-game win streak?
I don't know, actually.
I think you're on 5 or 4 or 5. Last week you went 3-0. Top fantasy team for all the fans that play the Sleeper app. What's this nice little spurt of winning done for the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were definitely struggling in the beginning of the split. I felt like just as a team, we weren't really clicking. It didn't really feel like as individuals and players, even like management or like coaches or whatever, it didn't feel like everyone had each other's backs. But I think following the TSM loss, I was really angry after that game, honestly. And then we just kind of had to sit down with like the players, and yeah, I was just kind of letting them know that like if we want to win the split, we just have to have each other's backs and be a good team. And I don't know, I feel like the environment and just the way everyone's playing is just really fucking good right now.
Yeah. Dang, everyone on your team played well. Christian played
Except
well.
me.
Dokes played well.
Except me. So, I'll step
Huang
up
played well.
Yeah, you're forgetting someone though.
Ignar played well.
Wait, isn't League of Legends a 5-player game?
You know, when you have games like this and you get the win, like, what is your mentality on it? Like, hey, I did my job in certain points, but I definitely was lagging behind. How do you bounce back from that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm really confident in my own play at the moment, for sure, at least from practice and stuff. But I seem to have a tendency where I feel like in the beginning of like the stage games, I'm just not really that focused in the laning phase, and C9 punished me pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I was just kind of inting by letting Rel just walk up and W me. But yeah, I've noticed that I tend to lose a bit of focus, I would say, at the start of stage game laning phases. So definitely need to work on that. But I didn't play the team fights too poorly, like not too amazing, just kind of did my job, I think.
You did your job. You dished out a ton of damage, and you know, Xayah ult means you're playing the Matador a little bit. But the reason why I bring this up is because I've had you on an interview before when you weren't as confident, when you had lost confidence, right? And it is very clear to see the difference in you, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you talk, your gameplay, when you are feeling confident. And now you've identified one of these issues. So like, how do we get rid of that? How do we, you know, does Ignar need to slap you in the face like a minute in the game just to be like, all right, hey, no minions spawn, but wake up?
I definitely feel like confidence is, I mean, people can help you for sure regain your confidence, but I feel like at the end of the day, it really comes down to your own individual mentality. And I mean, the only way that you can gain confidence, I feel like when you lost it, is by playing well, you know, having like a string of good performances or, yeah, you know, just you have to play well, but it's kind of hard when your confidence is low, I would say. Yeah. So it's like a vicious cycle, but I don't know, you just have to step up and like break out of it. And I think definitely the team environment and stuff can help towards that. And I would say that, I can definitely say that at CLG right now, we have a very good like team environment where everyone's, I mean, every team says it, like half of them are lying, I feel like, but for us, I really do feel like we're a team right now.
Friendship team over at NRG.
I actually saw your interview with Jay, and he was saying that too.
I was literally, that was my next point. Going back to the first thing you said, where there's this talk that Golden Guardians had, and you know, he was upset. And I'm noticing two things. You know, you and Jay are kind of like the ragers, and maybe when you two were together, you were raging 100 Thieves to success, and now you're going to other teams that are like, hey man,
definitely.
That's not how we do it here.
I mean, I would say that over the years, I feel like I've definitely developed mentally as an individual. When I first started playing with Jay, I can say that I was like a bit of a brat, you know, like everyone's gonna have their bad games and shit, but I think like as teammates, you've got to lift your teammates up, you know. And I feel like back then, I mean, I wasn't the best teammate to Jay, but I think it made him stronger too. So at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason.
I feel like Jay did use the word specifically brat.
Oh, did he?
yeah.
I can say the same for that guy. I can say the same for that idiot.
Man, I feel like, so I was telling him, you guys are my most interviewed subjects, and you know, it is very funny to hear your journeys together and how it's now growing individually with partners that make a lot of sense for where you're at in your careers now. Like that makes a lot of sense, and it has been cool to kind of track. All right, all pro AD carry time. Who's your top 3, not including yourself?
I'm not gonna lie, I do really feel like just the general level of ADC play has like fallen off.
Sure.
At least I think from last split, Berserker and Prince were really good. I think Berserker was like playing very, very well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably still gonna be everyone's like all pro, but I would say that at least from watching and playing, I think that like even his skill level has like kind of diminished. But I mean, I think you just have to put Berserker, right? Like first place team. I mean, he's always like solid. I would say. And yeah, I think after that, I'm honestly not too sure. Like I said before, I really feel like the level of play is pretty low, so I don't have like too clear of an idea. But probably based off stage games, I think 6A's been doing pretty well. And who else is that? Like I don't actually know who else.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably throw in Tactical in there. Unforgiven had a good start, you know, and he had a nice game today. And yourself, obviously. So there's 5.
We'll take it if you want to put me on. I'll always say no, but I'd like to say shout out to Tactical. He's been he's playing really well for seemingly dysfunctional team.
I'm down to stump on the campaign trail for Tactical getting an all pro because you know.
I mean, if he's performing this well on a team that's doing that badly, I would say I think so.
And then lastly, I haven't got to interview you since I've been asking this question. Tell me a story about a former teammate.
A story about a former teammate.
Or team or moment that won't get us canceled, but is something that comes to mind.
A lot of moments that could definitely get us canceled, but...
if it's close.
Like, funny story?
If it's close, I can bleep it out.
I'm not going to lie, I have a really bad memory, so I'm kind of blanking. But, well... Yeah, I've got a really bad memory.
No way, man. You were with the same guys from Golden Guardians to 100 Thieves. You could also go back to Osh if you want to.
But I feel like every day was funny because someone was always being stupid, you know? Like, it's all just a blur at this point. I don't know. I guess when we were on 100 Thieves, I like to annoy Huhi because he was always like really grumpy in the morning. He's like one of those guys that is not really a morning guy.
Riser, yeah.
And I just used to always slap him on the back of the head. He used to get really angry. And that's pretty much it.
If this is Huhi's head, how hard would you slap?
Like, you know, as hard as I can. No, I'm kidding. Just a little slap, But he would get really tilted.
And then you would start scrims.
Exactly, that's the best way to go.
No wonder you're not paying attention at the front. He's not fucking yelling at you at the very beginning. I mean, maybe you just started poking Ignar's head.
True. Now, Ignar's is definitely a different personality, you know? He's like a much more chill guy, you know? Huhi seems like a chill guy, but he's a demon.
This is I feel lied to.
Like, don't believe what you see on the camera. Like, don't believe it. No, I love Huhi. He's a really good guy.
We'll have to do some research later on. Victor, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
4 in a row, 5 in a row, however many it's been a great streak, and like I'm glad that despite moving teams in the middle of the split, you found yourself in a pretty good situation, brother.
For sure. Thank you, man.
No worries. For more, keep it locked here on DGon Esports. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of DGon Esports. And you know, it hasn't always been easy getting my thrills since I'm a one-man band doing everything here. So to get my thrills, I get them from Trolli gummy worms. You know, they want nothing more than for you to bite into their delicious, sour heads and bodies into pieces.
Personally, I like the raspberry blueberry flavor. It's really good. You should go ahead and get your own. Check it out. And get the mind-warping, tongue-twisting sour thrills only at Trolli.com.
Sweet.
Sweet, thank you, man.
No worries.
Awesome.
You definitely got me to flinch.